Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 5 in season number 3 of the NOFSRL ARCA Racing Series, presented by Krispy Kreme. We come to the Toledo Speedway for the Menard 200, the second short track race of the season. And this is always a fun race to do. The passing is pretty frequent for a short track, let me tell you that. We don't get many short tracks where passing occurs. This is one of them. And we're going to have a lot of scenarios that might play out in this race, but might not play out as well. So, really just don't know what to expect here today. In the point standings, have the largest points lead by any driver so far this season in Derek Hamill. 120 points towards the championship after his victory at Watkins Glen last weekend. He's got 15 points on Julius Anderson, 18 points behind his defending champion Nathan Stapleton. Ryan Kinghart is only 21 points behind, and Lauren Martinez was actually the points leader last weekend. He's 24 points behind now in the number 46. Thing is, top 2 in points start very deep in the field here today. Matter of fact, even Nathan Stapleton, I think, is deep in the field. He's kind of midway through the field in number 15. But Derek Campbell, Julius Anderson at the back of the field for this race. And this is a short race, only 40 laps long, here on this half-mile racetrack in Toledo, Ohio. It's going to be very interesting to see how the points shake out after this one, because they're going to look a lot different, most likely, at the end of the day than they did coming into this event. Tyler Markell in the number 78 starts on the pole position here today. Alongside him, it is the number 7 of Nick Smith, the Season 1 ARCA Racing Series champion. Row number 2 sees Dylan Young in the number 77, starting alongside Tuji Yarmachuk in the number 54. Colton Yo alongside Nick Kennedy in row number 3. Adam Pinchon in number 33. He's starting alongside the 66 machine of Ryan Kinghart. A very good opportunity for Ryan Kinghart to move his way through the points in this one. Of all the guys top 10 in the point standings, he's the only guy starting in the top 10 for the race. So, have to see if that plays to his advantage towards the championship in that number 66 machine. Last year's Menard's 200 winner, Brad Stover, the site of his first career Napa Fan win a year ago. He's alongside the 98 of Nathan Faden for row number 5. Of course, you see the rest of the starting lineup on the side of your screen. You see Derek Hamill, Julius Anderson deep in the field to start this one. We'll have to see if we get a new points leader by the end of the day. Tyler Markell and Nick Smith coming out at turn number 4 to take the green flag for the Menards 200 at Toledo. And lap 1 will go to Tyler Markell in the 78. Pulls away from Nick Smith, but Nick Smith gets the inside lane. And in case you don't know already, inside lane is the place to be here at Toledo. But they do run a bit of a middle line through the corner, so get a little interesting as this race goes along. Dylan Young able to file in for 3rd. Colton Yo and now Adam Pinchon looking to take the 5th position away from Tuji Yarmachuk. Yarmachuk got stuck in the outside lane. He's yet to find the inside. That's not working out too well for the number 54 at the moment. Dylan Young on Nick Smith. That is for the 2nd position. Not going to be able to get the nose of the inside of the 7 quite yet. Nick Smith looking to close in on Tyler Markell. A very short racetrack, a very fast racetrack as well for it being a half mile. They go faster here than they do at Martinsville. A little bit wider corners here at this Toledo Speedway than at the Martinsville Speedway, so that definitely creates for a more wide open race. Yarmachuk still stuck on the outside here, and it looks like Nick Kennedy almost hit the outside wall. He might have. We remain green here at Toledo, but he's shooting up the racetrack once again. Everything's clean and green so far here in the Menards 200. Yarmachuk still on the outside lane. Now Andrew Miller, Fisher G have gotten around him. Isaac Redmond, and it looks like the 54 might find a nose to the inside there. We have a caution on the racetrack. Looks like it was Jonathan King and Tyler Markell. Or sorry, Thomas Troxel. I was close. I had the right first letter. Tyler Markell is the leader in the number 78. He was able to lead every lap there, but that's going to give a huge opportunity to Nick Smith for him to pounce on the 78 on the restart. Dylan Young, and then Adam Pinchon with Colton Yo. Actually, Colton Yo's ahead of Adam Pinchon, so they'll recycle and move everybody in the right positions. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Jonathan King and Thomas Troxel to bring out the first caution of the day here at the Toledo Speedway. This wreck took up the entire front stretch. You're going to see Nathan Stapleton, Jonathan Logan, the last short track winner, and Adam Lewis at the end of the field. Lewis gets spun around as they go 3 wide off the corner. Then Thomas Troxel hits the outside wall, comes back down on Jonathan King, and then King hits the inside wall, comes back up on Thomas Troxel. And right there, when Troxel went sideways, actually, even that didn't trigger the caution. It probably was when Jonathan King was stopped on the racetrack. It's such a short racetrack that they did not deem it safe for them to stay there. And for everybody else to remain green flag racing, it takes under 20 seconds to get around here, so they did not have much time to clear that up. Good thing is they should be able to continue, but the bad thing is they're at the end of the field here in the Menards 200. Replay this in real time, following Adam Lewis, and right in front of him, Jonathan King gets spun off of Thomas Troxel, and he and the 11 go around. We've seen flips in this race before, so that's not the worst thing to happen, but still, not exactly what Tyler Markell wanted. He had a pretty significant lead there on Nick Smith, and now he's going to have to fight for it once again. Let's see what he does on the restart here in the Menards 200 at the Toledo Speedway. Race 5 of the season in Season 3 of the ARCA Racing Series. Back here at the Toledo Speedway, we will restart on lap 12 of 40 here in the Menards 200. Tyler Markell has led every lap so far. He's got that bonus point for leading the lap right there, but will he lead coming to the restart? It's Nick Smith, very tenacious driver, is going to try to get to the inside of him most likely. Dylan Young is going to be third. Colton Yo and Adam Pinchon, the top 5. Defending Toledo winner, Brad Stover, is 6th. And Nick Smith with a great jump on the 78. Markell up high. Here comes the 7 of Nick Smith. Will he get to the inside? It looks like he will. Dylan Young as well in the 77. Markell way up the racetrack at the line. Nick Smith will lead lap 12 here at Toledo. So there's a bonus point there for the Season 1 champion. Dylan Young looking for his first laps led of the season. He's to the inside of Tyler Markell for the second position, trying to stick with the number 7 of Nick Smith, and he's doing so. Nick Smith is not pulling away. And Nick Smith's up the racetrack in the number 7. Here comes the 77. Dylan Young, a very experienced offline driver, and Smith went up the racetrack, and a bit of contact there between the leaders, and around goes Stover, the number 27. And he got hit by Carter Friesen, and a bit of a jam up right there. Race back to the line. Dylan Young has gotten around the 7. Colton Yo for second. Young's going to win the race back. Hopefully they stop in time. It looks like they might lap some guys here. They crossed the start-finish line before the caution came out. I do think they will let all these guys drive by. But Brad Stover, last year's winner, went around, and Carter Friesen ended up hitting him in the number 0 machine. I think a couple guys will end up a lap down here. Nope, they will let Jonathan King drive by. Good idea by the officials right there. Keep everybody in line. We don't need any of those lap cars in the way at a place like this. Of course, we do not have double file restarts anymore. But it's the way it goes. And it looks like Jack Cabarrus is out of the race in the 25. An issue on his machine. And there is Brad Stover in the 27. And he went around Dylan Young. And Nick Smith made contact off of turn number 4. And Brad Stover ended up going around off of somebody. It might have been Nathan Faden, because I see Faden down the pit lane as well. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring up the second caution of the race here in the Menards 200 at Toledo. Well, coming out of turn number 4, you're going to see Dylan Young there in the number 77 get into Nick Smith a little bit. And then Brad Stover does not know he's clear, or should I say not clear, of Adam Pinchon to his outside. Andrew Miller avoids this in the number 22. But Brad Stover goes around, and Everyone avoids him up until Jack Cabarrus in the 25. A hard impact right there. And that might knock Cabarrus out of the race, unfortunately. Carter Friesen as well going around. And then Nathan Faden runs into the number 0 machine. And Julius Anderson with a bit of damage as well as he runs into Nathan Faden. And Julius Anderson came into this race only 15 points behind Derek Hamill. At this point, he was ahead of Hamill on the racetrack. I don't know if he's going to get knocked out because of that or not, but there is a lot of damage on that machine. Brad Stover, defending Toledo winner, Carter Friesen, and the 98 of Nathan Faden all involved. But for the most part, a lot of these guys back in here avoided major contact, so kudos to those guys for keeping it pretty clean here as the caution came out at the Toledo Speedway. Replay this one in real time. Dylan Young almost went around off of Nick Smith for the lead. That was what caught my eye. And then Stover went around behind them. And you see what happens to Friesen there. And Julius Anderson, Nathan Faden. And it was Jack Cabarrus who hit that 27 initially. We'll have to see who gets knocked out after this one, because I do believe Cabarrus and maybe even Julius Anderson might be done. And we didn't see that happen. Carter Friesen got spun off of somebody. I think it might have been the 3 of Marty Johnson. Either that or Julio Caesar. Very fascinating situation right there. Well, we got an interesting situation up front. It's now Dylan Young leading the field in the number 77 ahead of Colton Yo, Nick Smith, Tyler Markle, and the 22 of Andrew Miller. Miller is still going for his first career Napa fan win. So is our leader, Dylan Young. Let's see what they do on the restart here in the Menards 200. We are back here at the Toledo Speedway. We will restart halfway through the race. Lap 21 of 40 with Dylan Young out front in the number 77. Looking for his first career Napa fan win here this evening. Colton Yo, Nick Smith, Tyler Markell, and Andrew Miller, the top 5. Adam Pinchon, Fisher G, Isaac Redmond, Tucci Yarmachuk, and Juan Garcia make up the top 10. Back to racing here at Toledo, and Dylan Young with the jump on the restart. And that time, Colton Yo was not able to get the jump Nick Smith did on the last restart. Andrew Miller to the inside of Markell for 4th. Watch out for this guy. I don't know if he's ever come this close to winning an Napa fan race before. He's been in quite a few of them without getting a victory. And I'd love to see him get a win. He's co-commentated way more than he's won. He's going to go ahead and take the 4th position away. Nick Smith looking to take advantage of Colton Yo's mistake. He overshot turn 4. And Nick Smith to the back bumper of the 5 is going to dive to the inside and take 2nd away. Nick Smith is fast. He's had a tough season. He wants to rebound with a victory. Don't count out Fisher G or Adam Pinchon right here. Nearly 3 wide off the corner. G's going to get around Miller. That is for 4th. And Fisher G's going for his 2nd win of the season. Got the win in Michigan 2 weeks ago. Nick Smith is still side by side with Colton Yo, but he'll clear him on lap 24. All that racing is exactly what Dylan Young wants to see in the number 77 as he holds on for the lead here in the Menards 200. Oh, but a little wide off the corner right there and almost in the outside wall. And Nick Smith looks to close in the number 7. Adam Pinchon is now up to the 5th position. Andrew Miller is stuck up top. Same with Tyler Markell. Our pole sitter just hit the outside wall. Kennedy's around him. Ryan Kinghart in the 66, who might take the points lead at the end of the race, possibly. Trying to see where Julius Anderson is. I think he is still on the lead lap. He's 16th, so Anderson might take it away because Hamill's only 10 positions behind Anderson, so Hamill would remain in the points lead the way they're currently running right now. Guys out of the race include Jack Cabarrus and around Marty Johnson in the number 3. And looks like that's going to be it. Dylan Young will win the race back. It's Jack Cabarrus and Brad Stover out of the race at this point, but we might end up with a couple more after that one. I don't know if Hamill was involved in the 43. It looks like he's clean. Marty Johnson. Oh, and he just got in the Jonathan King right there. He's not too happy with the 99. This might have involved these 2 drivers, possibly. Yeah, Jonathan King's done. That's going to be the end of his day right there. He's probably going to join Jack Cabarrus and Brad Stover in the garage. Tough break for Brad Stover, defending winner of this race. He's going to finish last here today. And that is not at all what Dylan Young wanted to see. Because he's going to have to fend off Nick Smith for the win. And Nick Smith was very tenacious on the first restart on Tyler Markell. So we'll have to watch out for the number 7. Can't count out these guys. Colton Yo and Fisher G and Adam Pinchon going for his first win since 2015. Great to see him running strong here today at Toledo. Tuji Armichuk going for his first career win. I think Juan Garcia, I think he's won before in the Indy Lights series. Can't remember. I haven't updated the wins list in a month, so I just don't know. Andrew Miller, Nick Kennedy, Ryan Kinghart, the top 10 coming to the line. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Marty Johnson to bring out the third caution of the day here at the Toledo Speedway in the Menards 200. Just going to replay this once. Pretty simple incident. Isaac Redmond gets into the outside wall, and Marty Johnson clips him. Matthew Phillips and Trey Wright get into each other. But that's it. At least for what initiated the caution. Because you're going to see Marty Johnson actually get into Jonathan King on the cooldown lap here. I think they actually are all racing back to the line because they had all crossed the line, and right there they get into each other. Marty Johnson, for some reason, is not happy with the 99, and he just took the 99 out of the race. Derek Hamill also came down the pit lane. Don't know if there was an issue on that machine or what, but he might have gone a lap down. That's not at all what the points here wanted to see, so this points battle is going to close in tremendously once again. But either way, Dylan Young's not thinking about the points right now. He's thinking about getting this win. Let's see if he can hold off Nick Smith for the victory in the Menards 200 at Toledo. We are back here at the Toledo Speedway, and Dylan Young on the verge of his first career Napa fan win. He's holding on ahead of Nick Smith, Colton Yo, Fisher G, and Adam Pinchon. That's the top 5 coming to the restart. Look right there. Derek Hamill is still on the lead lap, but he's 31st. Jonathan King is out of the race after Marty Johnson took him out on the cooldown lap. Pace car is in, back to racing with 7 laps to go in the Menards 200. Dylan Young trying to pull away from the Season 1 champion. But they all kind of stick with each other right there. Nick Smith's going to try to close in here, but Colton Yo's to the inside for second. Oh boy, and he almost got into him right there. He had to check it up, and Nick Smith will remain in the second position. A great job there by Nick Smith, but Dylan Young is now pulling away. For 4th, Adam Pinchon on Fisher G. Colton Yo's going to try again on Nick Smith. Nick Smith is tight. He overshot the corner again. And that's exactly what Dylan Young wants to see if he wants to get this win. Those guys battling for second place. Colton Yo wants to get around the 7 right now and have a shot at the 77. Pinchon for 3rd. He appreciates the door that was opened there by Colton Yo. Appreciates. I can say the word correctly. Now Colton Yo is clear for 2nd. Will he catch up to the 77 of Dylan Young? I don't know if it's going to be him, if it's going to be anybody. Adam Powell in the wall. Yarmichuk in the 54, and that's going to do it. Race back to the line. Will end the race, and Dylan Young, with a large enough lead to hold on, is going to get it here at Toledo. The battle is for 2nd, and it's Colton Yo at the line. And I think Adam Pinchon barely edged out the number 7 machine. They close into the end of the field. Tuji Yarmichuk went around. Andrew Miller as well had an issue, and they were sideways on the racetrack, and Dylan Young will grab his first career Napa fan win here this evening at the Toledo Speedway. That'll be the white flag under caution. This time by, I think this is the first race to end under caution this season for the ARCA Racing Series. And by far the most cautions of any race we've had this season. 4 here at the Toledo Speedway. Quite a bit of yellow here in the Menards 200. But hey, Menard's base color is yellow, so why not? You see Yarmichuk, he had a great run going for him in this race, and once again he gets wrecked out. Same thing happened to Watkins Glen. We will review the accident that brought out the caution, but we might as well go ahead and show you the official finish of the race first. Dylan Young in the number 77 He's going to hold on with those guys battling for second place the way they did. Dylan Young was able to drive away for his first career victory on Napa Fin. Under yellow, Dylan Young wins the Menards 200 at the Toledo Speedway. And they actually are stopping and waiting, I think, for Yarmachuk to come back in line here. And they're all going to cross the start-finish line in an odd position. I don't know if that'll be official because Trey Wright and Isaac Redmond might have swapped positions unintentionally. But they're all crossing the line rather slowly here. And you know what? Some of these guys might not be credited with completing a full lap here because those leaders are coming back around. So hopefully this will not affect the running order, the finishing order too much, but a very interesting situation right there. Either way, we do know that Dylan Young's the winner of the race, and he's back in there in the 77. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the fourth and final caution of the day here in the Menards 200. As you see right here, Fisher Giosu is outside, and Yarmachuk got hit by the 9. Was not clear of him, and Andrew Miller went around, and then Lauren Martinez also went around in the 46. But other than that, that's how it all went down. Dylan Young, the winner here tonight at the Toledo Speedway. And he had to earn that one as well. With all those cautions and all those restarts, he was able to hold on and take home the victory. Dylan Young, the winner here in the Menards 200 at the Toledo Speedway. And it does appear we had a bit of an issue there with how everyone finished, but that is the official running order of the race. I don't really understand why it ended up that way, but Dylan Young, official winner here at the Toledo Speedway in the Menards 200. Almost said the Menards Speedway, but it might as well be. Yeah, not everybody finished a lap down like that. Very interesting what it did right there. But Andrew Miller was one of those guys who was running up front. He fell back because of the incident with Yarmachuk, and of course Yarmachuk fell back to 31st in this race. Derek Hamill, our points leader, finished 30th. Julius Anderson's going to gain 13 points on him, so it's going to be a 2-point lead for Derek Hamill. I think Hamill will remain in the points lead, but not by much. But either way, that's how they line up for the Menards 250, minus the official time behind for all these guys. They did not all finish a lap down. They did actually all finish on the lead lap, but it's just the way the scoring went here today. I don't know why. But we do know that Dylan Young is the official winner of the race. That's his first career Napa Fan win, and it comes in race 5 of the season. Season 3 of the ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. Thank you guys very much for watching. In less than an hour, we got ourselves the Carhartt 400K in the Napa and the Turkey Hill Truck Series. My goodness, I think that might be the first time I've done it in a while. In the Turkey Hill Truck Series, got race 5 of the season over there from the Texas Motor Speedway. 34 laps of action around that 1.5-mile racetrack in Fort Worth. Thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Dylan Young. And here are the point standings for season number 3 of the ARCA Racing Series after 5 races. I will see you guys later.